Warning, this video is for entertainment purposes only. If you fuck up your bike or yourself, do not blame me. These will be the items you'll need to do this installation. Make sure to get everything on this list. If you bought these Helibars used like I did, then you probably don't have the instructions. It's a really smart idea to not just use this video, but also have the instructions on hand. Here is a link to get these instructions. They're free, and I would highly recommend you print them out and use them alongside this video when doing the installation. Alright then, let's get this shit started. First, we're going to want to remove the bar ends. This is a very easy step. All you really need is a JIS screwdriver, which is basically the Japanese version of a Phillips head. Next, you're going to want to remove the steering damper. This will require two 10mm open-end wrenches. Next, we need to loosen the two screws holding the steering stabilizer cover. Make sure to use a 5mm Allen wrench. A good tip to remember is to store all your screws into a Ziploc bag and to label the bags. This will prevent you from losing anything during the reassembling process. Next, you're going to need a breaker bar and a 30mm socket. It's a good idea to cover your tank with a blanket of some sort. Just in case you accidentally hit it with the breaker bar, it might prevent a scratch or a dent. Next, you are going to want to remove the two triple clamp pinch bolts. There's 4 total, 2 on each side. You are going to want to use a 12mm socket for this. Now it is time for us to finally remove the plastic cover. It's a smart idea to put an old rag or t-shirt over the gauges to prevent them from being scratched or cracked. This is going to require a decent amount of force to pull up on it. Just use your best judgment. Alright, all that's left to do is to replace the bars. So first we're going to do the clutch side. What we're going to do first is remove the grip off of the handlebar. To do this, a good tip is to dip a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, into some soapy water and slide it in the grip. Careful not to pierce the grip, and do that several times. And it's going to take a few minutes, but you're just going to work it out and it should come off within a few minutes. It's pretty easy. Once the grip is off, you're going to want to remove the controls for the lights and the clutch lever. To do this, you're going to need a screwdriver and you're going to need an 8mm socket. I did not film me doing this because the angle was really bad. One tip to get the controls off is to remove the clip-on and turn it around, being careful not to damage your bodywork or your clutch lever, and then unscrew it from there. It'll make it much easier. Now that you have everything off the old clip-on, you're going to remove that and put on the new one. Once you have the new one on where it needs to go, you're going to want to fit everything back onto it. The clutch lever and the light assembly, the grip, and the bar end. Make sure that the light assembly has that little notch. You're going to notice that there's little holes in your clip-ons, and they must match where the notch is going to be. Again, I did not film this part because my camera angle was really bad. Now we're gonna just hand tighten the pinch bolts back on. Don't go too tight on these because we may need to remove them if there's an alignment issue, which there shouldn't. Now on to the throttle side. Now this side is actually pretty much like the clutch side. One thing to keep in mind is that you have that brake reservoir and the brake line going down. You do not want to pinch any of that, you don't want to spill any of that, you don't want to tilt that upside down, you want to take very good care of that. If you mess anything up with that, you couldn't have to flush out the brakes and it's going to be a pain in the ass. Just make sure you take close care of that. So we're going to start off by using our 8mm socket to loosen the brake lever, and we're also going to use the screwdriver to remove the kill switch. Again, you can do the tactic where you lift up the clip-on and turn it on its side a little bit more to get a better angle at it to unscrew it. Now to the fun part, we get to put the helibar on. So what we're going to do first is we're going to, with the helibar off of the bike, we're going to slide the kill switch onto it, and once that's done, you want to make sure that the little hole inside the helibar matches up to the notch on the kill switch. It should all fit flush. Then you're going to want to install the helibar onto the bike, and then you're going to want to install the brake lever and the throttle assembly. Next, we're going to install the triple clamp pinch bolts back on. We're going to loosely hand tighten them. We're not going to worry about tightening them until later. Now you need to install the steering stem nut back on. Remember to put the washer down first, then the nut, and hand tighten it until you can't tighten it anymore, and insert the black piece of rubber in the middle. Once that is done, you're going to want to torque it to 65 feet-pound torque. Now you are going to want to install the steering damper back on. Remember, you're going to need the two 10mm open-end wrenches to do it. It's a little tricky to get a hang of, but you'll get there. Don't over-tighten this at all, just get it snug. Now finally, you're just going to want to move the handlebars back and forth and check the clearance. Make sure nothing hits the bike and everything works out. Nothing hits the tank, nothing hits the windshield, nothing. And then if everything checks out, you're going to want to tighten everything back up and you're all ready to go. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope I helped you guys out. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and stay tuned for more. If you guys want to see a review on these Helibars, click right here on the picture and it will send you right there and you can watch the review. Until next time guys, take care. Bye bye.